Why, hello there. My old eye tutorial video is really super duper outdated, so I thought I'd make a new one, just with how I do eyes nowadays and some new information and hopefully better. So let's not waste any time and start off. I already have a sketch here of some hair and a face, obviously. Uh, just something real simple. Um, First, when you're thinking about how you want to draw this, you need to look at like where your eyes are going to be placed. Don't just start drawing willy-nilly, because otherwise it'll look silly if you draw your eyes down here, something like that, you know. So, what I have here is this line drawn through the middle. That usually is where I will kind of estimate the location for my eyes. I don't necessarily always keep them right on there or like go through it or anything. Just I use that as a guide, saying, okay, that's about where they need to be. Lately, for me personally, I've been doing my eyes a little less anime, just because I'm tired of anime. So, start by sketching out the top of your eyes and then bringing it down and drawing your lower eyelid, and then drawing a circle. If you start from the bottom and go to the top of the eyelid, you'll be able to make it look the proper direction. I have an issue where I'll always make it look the wrong way if I start from the top. So this is one thing that'll help me in doing that. Then add in some eyelashes and upper eyelid, and it's pretty. Now, some lazy people are going to be like this and copy it over and be like, wow, looks so cool, I can draw so well. I don't usually do that. That's not good. You shouldn't do that because you need to practice doing it correctly, but for the sake of saving time, I'm going to do it right now. But it's bad. Don't ever do it, okay? So now that you have both eyes and you've repositioned them just until they look right, okay, you're all good. Toy around with them a little, make sure they're in the right position, they don't look too weird, and usually I always draw the eyes and the rest of the face last, so yeah. Now, I already have all of this sketched out, or colored in, however you want to do it. I'm just gonna do this. Now, next I'm going to do the outlining of the eyes, but I'm going to do that in a time lapse because I don't really have anything to say about it. So, see you in a Okay, so here I have my finished eye. I'm just gonna go ahead and copy and paste it again, even though I said that's bad, don't do it, actually draw it out, because you'll suck if you don't. But again, for time's sake, I'm just going to do it quickly. Now what I'm going to do here is going to take my brush tools, it's kind of a low opacity, and I'm going to start doing some things up on the upper eyelid area, adding some eyelashes, maybe like some wispy parts on the outside. This I think just kind of gives it a nice effect, and it doesn't look so harsh. It looks softer, and it makes girls look like they're wearing makeup sometimes too. But yeah, I'm unhappy with the size of these eyes, so I'm going to adjust them a little bit. Feel free to adjust your drawing all the time when you use digital art. It's a handy tool and it's at your disposal, so why not? Okay, so here I have my eyeballs. Now you're probably thinking, that's really creepy, because yeah, it's really creepy when they start out. So that's why you have to finish them. Now for the coloring. Fun times. I already have the other stuff. So on a new layer, create a white bubble, basically, inside here, and just color in these parts. Doesn't really matter if you color in the center, just because that's not going to be seen anyway. But just color in this all right here white, and then choose whatever eye color you're going to use. If you click on this layer and set it as your selection source, it'll change green like that, and then if you have it set over here as also selection source, you can just select it like that. Usually I have all of my line art, including the eyes, in one folder, so I set that folder as my selection source, and that way I can suck up all of the line art. Makes it convenient. So, yeah. Once you have your color decided on another layer above your white layer, I'm going to do a nice blue, because I like blue. Fill it in. I have my bucket tool set as the F key, so I just press Control F and the whole thing fills in. But it's essentially using this tool. Now, once I have it filled in, create a new layer and press this button over here, Layer Clip. I don't know what it's called in other versions, but select that and you'll get this little red bar here, and that's showing that this layer is clipped to whatever layer is below it. So anything I draw on this layer here will only show up on top of the layer it's clipped to. So that's a good way to always color inside the lines if you just do your bases and then color on there. So what I'm going to do first is take my pen tool and just, that's too dark, with a darker color, go over top like this. And then kind of bring it around here on the bottom. Try and keep the bottom part as thin as possible down here so it doesn't get too thick. Repeat on the other side. Now press this button here, opacity lock, and make it darker, and take your airbrush and go over the top so you get a nice dark to light gradient. Now take it back off opacity lock, take your water tool and press this button here. I don't know what it's called, but it makes it essentially an eraser. From the lighter part, start blending up and out, like this. Okay, now take a new layer, take up this color, your base color, and get it really light, and kind of do some little thing in here. It doesn't really matter what pattern or shape you do it in. Whatever, it'll look nice either way. And kind of just blend it around in there. I don't like the way I did that. I like to, when I blend, use the eraser function, just because I think it looks nicer. And if you want to lower the opacity here a bit. Then get another new layer, set it to complete black, take your airbrush and go over the top again. Like that. Then make another new layer, take a pen tool, get a really light color, and make kind of like a bubble on the bottom here, just like this. Take your water tool and your eraser setting again, and start erasing from the center of your little bubble. Don't go all the way to the edge and erase. Just kind of in here. And it kind of makes like a nice shiny effect. You can lower the opacity on that if you want. I don't usually do it very much if I do. And then that's basically what I do for coloring my eyes. Now on top of your whole line art layer, make another new layer. Take your pen tool and just kind of draw on your little eye shinies like this. And then if you want, you can make more little shinies. Make it like a little galaxy. Because sparkly, sparkly, shiny Desu is so popular, right? So there you have it. Cute, shiny anime eyes. I'm really indecisive when it comes to actually drawing like the shape, so they don't always look this round, uneven. They move around a lot, but yeah. That is the basics of it. So I hope you enjoyed.